Hi you guys, this is the lesson writing numerical expressions, but this is part 2. If you watched part 1, it was just an introduction showing you how to create a numerical expression from words and order of operations. Now we're going to work backwards. We're going to take the equation and write out in words what the numerical expression is. So here we go. So the most important thing is to look for parentheses. Parentheses tell you to do that one first. So we're multiplying 4 times 3. So we would say multiply 4 by 3. Then, why am I putting the word then? Because there's parentheses. Then whatever's outside of it. Then divide by 2. Okay? And there you guys have it. Let's go ahead and do another one. What if I had 40 minus 10 plus 8. Okay, this one does not have parentheses. Do you know why? Remember in our order of operations, multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction are side by side, because if you're left with both of those, you can just do it left to right. So even though this one had parentheses, you can still follow along with this. You would still go from here over, which means this would be first, because if you're left with these two operations, which is subtraction and addition, you solve it left to right. Now, how do we write this? You could say subtract 40 minus 10, but to write it a little bit better, we're going to say take 10 from 40, then add 8. So I just went from left to right and I wrote it in words. Let's go ahead and see a couple more and then you guys should be good to go. What if we had 4 times the sum of 8 and 2. Okay, I'm going to start this way first because I don't have this as an example yet. Okay, 4 times. What does that sound like? 4 times. But it says 4 times the sum of. When you see that, the sum of, they want you to go ahead and add, and they want you to add 8 and 2, right? Because I have 2 different operations, follow order of operations, you would do multiplication first. So that would be 4 times 8, which is 40. Or I'm sorry, 4 times 8, which is 32. And 32 plus 2, which is 34. So our answer would be 34. So I wanted to show you that so that when I go backwards for you, you'll see where I came up with these words. This says 4 times the sum of 8 and 2. Okay, here we go. So what if I had the, actually, let's go like this. Let's do this. Let's go add 2 to the product of 8 and 1. Okay, here's another one. Add 2 to the product of. So we're going to add 2 to the product of 8 and 1. What's product? That's multiplication. Okay. Add 2 to the product of. The product of is very important. They want you to do that part first. 8 times 1. So you can go ahead and put your parentheses there. Let's do another one. And now I am going to go backwards. Okay. Let's just see the equation. What if I had 4 minus 8 divided by 2? Okay, so let's write this. What if I said take 4, right? And I'm doing subtraction, so I could say take 4 away from, and then what am I finding here? The quotient, right? The quotient of 8 and 2. So I can say take 4 away from the quotient of 8 and 2. So, did I do this right? Well, yes, from the quotient of. So I want to take 4 away from the answer to a division problem, which would be 8 divided by 2. And that's what I have here. 8 divided by 2, and then take 4 away from it, which would give me 0. All right, you guys, I hope that helps you. Take your time with numerical expressions and be sure you always check your work to make sure you can solve it. And make sure you still follow along with Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally so that you get the right answer.